that are going to repeat and then have a repeating note at the end. The only difference on these ones is that they end with it. That one ends with a B, that one ends with an A. So we could go D, C, B, D, C, A. So the second one is going to change. And then B, 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 A, G. This one's going to walk straight from the A up to the D, all the way down, jump down to a G, and then jump back up to the C. So this last page here has got some tricky stuff in it. We might not be getting that far in the lesson today, but just practice all the notes that you can. If you can, get line 1 and 2 by the end of the lesson. That would be amazing. That's like half the song just in that. But anyway, here we go. Kloppel says last time through. 2 and a 1, 2. Get the notes that you can. Here we go. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. This one repeats the B, A, G, B, A. Second is rain. Third is the roses that grow in the rain. And then the first line, no need explaining. The one remaining is somebody I adore. And then here's that crazy second page. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. All right, so there you go. Tons and tons of notes. It goes into a second page, which we almost never have in level 1. We try to keep it all to one page, but it's just a super long song. Try to learn those first 2 lines, or as many notes as you can out of those first 2 lines, and that will help a whole lot, just starting with that. But now it's time to sit back, relax, join us in the Kids Learn Piano Live Theater as Kloppel shows a pretty cool craft, actually, for St. Patrick's Day.
Project, you will need terracotta pots, green paint, a paintbrush, black ribbon, scissors, and glue. You'll also either need to use a piece of gold cardstock or some gold glitter, double-sided tape, and black cardstock. First, I painted each pot green. It took 2 coats to get an opaque layer. While I let these dry, I moved on to the gold buckle. I cut a small square out of black cardstock, then placed double-sided tape around the edges. I cut this larger square out, then I exposed the sticky side of the tape. I sprinkled glitter all over, and then I had a glittery gold buckle. Then I cut a piece of ribbon that would wrap all the way around my pot. As you'll see in a second when I turn the pot around, it's impossible to wrap the ribbon all the way around in a circle without it crossing in the back, because the pot isn't a cylinder. I glued both ends of the ribbon down, and then I overlapped them. I cut off the excess ribbon to make it look cleaner. Then I glued the buckle to the front of the hat. And that's all there is to it. Just kidding, there's one more step. You can't forget to create a pot of gold. Oops, I went a little bit overboard on the pouring there.
All right, did I mention that St. Patrick's Day is coming up, which is why we're all dressed so weird? Well, actually, we're dressed weird because we just like to dress weird, but that's why we're all dressed in green and stuff. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool, especially the part where she used double-sided tape for the glitter instead of glue, because I'm always getting glue everywhere every time I try to glitter anything, and then it's just a mess, but double-sided tape, that was smart. Let's level up.
Transitioning to Level 2. This may be confusing to Level 1 students, so please continue to practice the Level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, so on level 2, we're pretty much doing the same thing as on level 1, except with now we're gonna do it on the official lines and spaces. It looks so intimidating, but actually it's almost easier once you learn how to do it this way, putting each line either on a space like that one or on a line like that one right there. That's got that line cutting right through the middle of it. If that doesn't make any sense, or if I'm just talking too fast for you to understand, then go to learnpianolive.com/level2, where I will slow down and show you how to do all this stuff. But basically, all of this stuff is gonna be the same thing as level 1. You do need to still pay attention to that sharp sign on that F right there, as well as now we have ties, now that we're putting this on the sheet music. So this note right here is actually not going to get played because that one is oh, it kind of makes a smiley face here. Hey, that's nice. That right there, that swoopy line is called a tie. So it means you're going to tie this note to this note and make them into one note right there. So you actually don't play that second note, you play that first note and then just hold it out. Okay, cool. Other than that, the ones with either the bars, like that thing right there, or the flaggy guys, like that thing right there, those guys are gonna be faster than the other ones, so that'll tell you how fast to play those. We've got another tie right there, another sharp sign right there, and then we do have a page 2 that only has one line on it. This double bar here, right there, those 2 lines right there, mean that's the end of the song, and this one right here doesn't even have a stem on it, so that one is gonna be super, super slow. You're gonna hang on to that one for a long, long time. I think it's time for us to practice this song before Kloppel jumps in and tells me that I'm going too slow, like he always does. Here we go. Get ready on those first notes. See if you can get the first line or 2. Here we go. And I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. Then one leaf is sunshine, the second is rain. Hold it out. Third is the roses that grow in the rain. And then that beginning part again, no need explaining. The one remaining is some. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. Okay, so that is a whole ton of notes and it's pretty fast. And of course, as always, if you go on to the 2-minute mark and the 4-minute mark, you have even faster versions until eventually you get up to the original version, which is like this. Over a 4-leaf clover. Pretty fast stuff there. But let's just try our version again. Here we go. Get those first couple notes in there. Ready? And here we go. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. One leaf is sunshine, the second is rain. You hold that out. And then third is the roses that grow in the rain. Then no need explaining. The one remaining is somebody I adore. And I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked. And you hold that note out, and that's pretty much the whole thing. And actually, we've already gotten 2 times through on this level, which is very rare that Kloppel doesn't jump in before then. So let's do this thing one last time, and then we'll move on to mailbag. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. I'm looking over a 4-leaf That's a lot of notes. That's fast. Starts on B next. One leaf is sunshine. If you're lost on this part, then just wait. We're coming back around to the part that you know right now. Here we go. And no me explaining. The one remaining is some. Here we go. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. All right, and even if you don't get any of the rest of it, make sure you nail down these last two notes. You want to get the first note of the song and at least the last two notes. So even if you don't have those yet, just be prepared for a G and a C at the end of the song. In case you get lost here on this last line, then you just wait for that I overlooked before, and you'll have a nice solid ending for the song, even if you don't know the rest of the notes. But it's time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Callie Benjamin, who says, Dear Jamin, why did you start taking piano lessons? I'm going to assume you don't mean that in a mean way. And actually, the reason that I started taking piano lessons when I was 5 years old, which was like 100 years ago, was that my dad forced me to, because he played piano and he thought I should learn an instrument. And so he forced me to take piano lessons. And I didn't want to. And there were days I cried and I said, please, I don't want to practice anymore. And then when I was about like 12 or 13, I went, oh, you know what? I actually kind of enjoy this. And then I just started practicing on my own after that. So sometimes you got things like that you're forced to do. And then later on, you realize, you know what? I kind of like that after all. So anyway, that's why I started taking piano lessons, because I was forced to. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
Actually, I mostly cried about my saxophone lessons. I begged for a saxophone, and then they're like, here's a saxophone, now you gotta practice it. And that one I cried more about than the piano lessons. But anyway, here we go. This is adding in a little bit of left hand. We are going to be using the bass clef, which is that guy right there. Usually pianists hate the bass clef. There are some instruments where like that's the first thing you learn, like the bass guitar or the like some of the lower brass instruments and stuff. But if you're a pianist, usually you learn a lot of the treble clef and you like that one a whole lot, but you kind of hate the bass clef, as well as most people are right-handed. And the bass clef usually means adding in left hand, and that is really awkward for some of us, for all of us. So anyway, this one right here is often hated, but if you can already do level 2, it might be time to move on and add in these other lower notes. And I haven't given you that many for this song. So you just have one C right there that's gonna be lined up with I'm. So right there, when you play I'm in the right hand, you're just gonna play a C in the left hand. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover. It's not too terrible. And then that I right there is gonna be lined up with a D, and a D is just one note away from a C. So you can do this. You can totally do this. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. Then the next note that you're gonna have is a G right here, and that's lined up with 1. So 1 leaf is sunshine. The sec right there is lined up with that C. And then A actually comes in, this one's kind of tough to tell. This one is gonna be lined up not with rain, because rain comes in right here, and then the A comes in afterwards, slightly afterwards. So you can, if you want, play that A lined up with rain, but actually it's supposed to be right after rain. That would be something like, 1 leaf is sunshine, the second is rain, and then you play that A afterwards. Second is rain. And then third is a D, and then G is grow, and then the next page shouldn't be too terrible. You do have this one thing right here that is really hard to do, but it's really fun once you can do it, and that is we've got a little tiny walk up. I don't think we've ever had one of these before. F to F sharp to G to A. F to F sharp to G to A. And then you'll have a D, G, C at the end of the song. But this part right here, the F to F sharp to G to A, is a lot of fun. That's on the I'm looking over a four-leaf clover. And it's gonna sound totally awesome with the track and with the right hand in there. Let's try just the left hand. If you're in level 1 or 2, ignore the left hand. Just do your version. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, and I'm looking over a four-leaf. Here comes the D that I overlooked before. There's that G, and there's a C to that A right after rain. Third. Then we're back to C again on the second page. And then D. And then here's that fun part, F to F sharp to G to A to D to G to C. So that part moves a whole lot, both in the right hand and in the left hand. It's pretty tough to do. But anyway, let's check in with Electric Elisha and see how he's doing. Come on over, sir. Have a seat. You look fantastic. Here are your headphones behind you. Reach up. Wait. Is that an Irish accent?
No.
No. It is a what? It's an electric accent, I guess. Yeah. I love it. It's my favorite accent I think I've ever heard. So what level should you be working on here for? What do you want me to switch it to? Level 3? Really? Okay, man. If you say so. That seems kind of insane to me. But your first note is what? Yes, and then what? Look, and then what? That's, I think, the hardest part of the song. Do that again. Oh, yeah. The first one is nice. A little bit longer. I'm looking. Try that. I'm looking. Yes. Okay, so we at least have 3 notes. You know what button to press over there? Mm-hmm. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that oh, good, we got the D in there. Before, and then 1 is a B. 1 leaf is sunshine, the second, oh, good, cool. And then 3rd is a D. 3rd is the roses. And then here we go, back to the beginning part again. And no need explaining. The one remaining is some. Oh yeah, we got the D in there. And then here's another D. Before, Then I'm looking over. The last 2 notes are a G and then a D. Here we go. That I overlooked. G, C. You did nail the last note. Good work. Okay, cool. So yeah, you've got a lot of stuff in there. You nailed all of the Ds when the D part started. We've got yeah, all kinds of good stuff in there. We should throw in the G at the very end. G, C at the end. Can you play those 2 for me? B, B. Beautiful, beautiful. And then also this other thing that you're doing, I'm looking. That's perfect. Just drag that finger down and then down again. So I'm looking, drag down like that. You try. You can do it. I'm looking over. That's it. So that adds like another 4 notes to the song right there. Nice work. All right, this is where you point at them and say, let's level up.
Let's level up.
Whoa, okay.
Transitioning to level
Irish
4.
aggression.
This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
Okay, so then, here we go. This is level 4. Yikes, we're already here. All right, so I've not added in any notes in the left hand that we didn't already have. In fact, this is pretty much note for note, the level 3 stuff, except now I want you to focus on adding in some notes from the chords. So right here, we've got a C chord. And what that means is, if you take a look at your next page, you've got a C chord listed right there. You can add in C's and E's and G's wherever you want. So on this song, I want you to focus on adding in notes in the right hand instead of doing a whole lot of stuff in the left hand. So back to here, if we play this section right here, I'm looking over a four-leaf clover. That's a whole ton of notes, and there's all kinds of C's and E's and G's that you can add in there. That one, and 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 that one. So you could add in stuff like, see, I added in an E right there. I'm looking over a four, I added in a C right there, or a C and a G, four leaf, I've got the melody right there, and then extra C's and E's right there, clover. So then, if we did this with all of the chords that are listed there, we've got a D chord, so the D chord goes for all of that section right there, then we got a G, then a C, then an A, then a D. This is a ton of work to add in extra notes, and I know usually I focus a lot on the left hand and add in a bunch of stuff there, but this time I want to try adding in stuff in the right hand. So we've got a D chord, a G chord, a C chord, an A chord, a D chord, and a G, all kinds of chords all through there. So this time through, I'm just gonna, if you're on level 1 through 3, practice your version. But level 4 people, let's pay attention to what chords could be played during each of those sections. And I'm just gonna play the chord for you right there, and then we'll try to go back and play those chord tones underneath the melody, or if that doesn't make any sense, just watch, I'll show you. Here we go, level 1 through 3, do your thing. Level 4, here we go, we're gonna try to play the chords. Here's the C chord. And then the D chord. And then here's the G chord right there. And then a C chord to an A chord to a D chord. And then a G right there. Now I'm going to start adding in more. Like that's all C's and E's and G's. And then the D chord could be any of these notes right here. And then I'll have to show you this one, F to F sharp diminished, to C over G, to A, to D, to G, to C. So, we got a couple new chords in here. This one right here is an F sharp diminished. It is not listed on your next page because the next page has only the major and the minor chords. So the way you make an F sharp diminished chord is, there's two different ways depending on which chords you already know. If you don't know any chords, the way I would make an F sharp diminished is just go to the note F sharp that we learned in level 1, and then you're gonna go up 3 half steps. So you're gonna go up 1, 2, 3, like that. And then you're gonna go up another 3 half steps. And that right there is an F sharp diminished chord. Yeah. F sharp because it starts on F sharp, diminished because it goes already? I feel like I just started level 4. Okay, so we've got a step and a half for each of those, or 3 half steps, and that's true for any diminished chord. So if you had like a C diminished chord, you just go here and you would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you land on those 3 notes right there. That's a C diminished chord. Now, for some of you, especially if you're in Cloverfield Academy level 3 or higher, you're already making, whoa, that was plenty loud. You're already making major and minor chords. So you might recognize this as like almost a C minor chord. If that's what you already know, then you can just take your minor chord and lower the, what we call the 5, the 3rd note there, and that would also give you the diminished chord. This is not the diminished chord for this song. The diminished chord for this song is starting on an F sharp. So those right there, that's your F sharp diminished. You might recognize that as almost an F sharp minor chord, but just with that top note altered right there. And then the C over G is actually pretty easy. All that means is you're playing a regular C chord, but the lowest note that you'll be playing is a G. Like that, that's a C over G, as opposed to just like a C. Or this one where E is the lowest note, that'd be like a C over E. Okay, but apparently that's all the time that I get to explain all of those guys to you. So let's try this thing one more time. On your mark, get set, and 1, 2, ready, go. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. 1 leaf is such the 2nd is red, 3rd is roses. No need explaining the word was that F sharp diminished a second. F sharp diminished. A, D, to the C. Alrighty. So we got all kinds of crazy weirdness in there. And then of course we also have level 4B, which is in the key of B flat. We'll talk about why in a second. But first we have our joke of the day. And so we're gonna be changing the end credits where I give you my favorite joke of all time. But my favorite joke of all time recently switched. Now, if you want to hear my favorite joke of all time, you'll have to watch the lesson all the way through the end and read through all the end credits. And my favorite joke is there. But this other one might be taking over its place. It's really short. You got to pay attention. It goes like this. On the other hand, you have different fingers. I just think that's hilarious because I'm weird. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
When I smile, my mustache falls off. All right, so this song should be, on the other hand, you've got different fingers. So this one should be in the key of B flat. I'm sorry, it keeps coming back to me. The key of B flat is the one where they, like if you've heard this by, I forget what the name of the guy is, but because he's an old guy. I don't think he's alive anymore. He made this version. Reminds me of the type of music I would hear in my grandpa's house at Christmas time. But anyway, they're singing it in the key of B flat, which means that instead of having this note C as the main note and going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, that this one right here would be the most important note, and the pattern would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And now if you play these numbers, the right-hand numbers, which are all of the yellow notes, they'd be 1, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 7. Then you could play along with this guy, whatever his name is. 1, 7. So anyway, that is how you play it in the key of B flat. But we are not in the key of B flat unless you're on level 4B and then you're working on that. That is all written in the key of B flat. So you can play with the 8-minute version. If you take your track and you go all the way up to 8 minutes, then it'll be the same track in the key of B flat. But anyway, let's go back to the key of C so we can all play this thing together. And I can explain these chords before Kloppel jumps in like he did last time, way too early. This is sharp 4. So on a sharp 4, you're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then play the one that's sharp from that. So just slightly to the right of that note. So that's your sharp 4 right there. And also down here, you need a major 2 chord, which means you're gonna go, that would be your 1 chord right there. And then this would be your 2 chord, because that's built on the 2. It's every other note starting on the 2. But this gives me a major 2, so you're gonna take that middle note and you're gonna take it up to there. And Kloppel can't do a picture for that one because we don't have one. So we've got the 2. That'd be the normal 2 chord. We're going to take this middle note, we're going to take it up 1, and that's our major 2 chord. Then you'd have the same thing with the major 6 chord. So you'd go up to the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and play every other note starting on the 6, which would look like that, but then you're going to take that middle note up 1, and you land on the major 6 chord. And I think that's all the ones you need to worry about, except for this guy down here, which is exactly what we talked about before. You're going to go to the sharp 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be the sharp 4, and then you're going to build your diminished chord, that little circly guy right there. Not working. The little circly guy means diminished. So you're going to take the sharp 4, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And those are the 3 notes that make up your sharp 4 diminished chord. My goodness, we've never seen something as crazy as that before in level 5. And I think the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. Let me see if I can play through this and call out the chords as I'm going. Here we go. If you're on level 1 through 4, just work on what you're working on. 2, ready, and here's the 1 chord. And here's the major 2 with that middle note up. And then the 5 chord. And then the 1, and then the major 6, major 2, the 5, and then here's the 1. And then the major 2. And here comes the 4 chord, the sharp 4, to the 1, to the major 6, to the 2, to the 5, to the 1. Whew. All right. That's a whole lot of stuff. It is time for us to check in with Electric Elisha, though, and see how things are going, because yeah, this is crazy. Whoa. Okay. So then, Electric Elisha, what level would you like to look at while you play the notes that you know of this song? Level what? Level 3. Okay. Here we go. Did I mention he's electric? Okay. Here we go. Press your button and play your notes, sir. You can either play along with him or just see how he does. And 1, 2, ready, go. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. The next section starts on a B. 1 leaf. That's the correct pattern. Good job. There's the roses. And then here's the beginning part again. No need to explain. Remaining. Yep, and then the D. Yeah, and it comes back up to that D, same one. And then I'm looking over the 4-leaf clover that and here's the last 2 notes, and before. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's so many good notes. Yeah. So I think you know what to work on next, but they're all waiting to see. Did I win the $10 gift card? Let's find out. Maybe it was you. Thank you everybody for joining us. Next week we're doing Beauty and the Beast because the new Beauty and the Beast movie is coming out very, very soon. I can't wait. And so we're going to be redoing that song. And then D-Man 525, you're the winner. Hey, you're still here. Me too. Well, here's what needs to happen next. First of all, click on the survey button. That is probably like right over here. Maybe if you're on the iPad, it's like down here below the video. Anyway, it's right around there. Click on that. Let us know how we did today, and also ask us any questions you might have about this lesson or about any other lesson. You might even be the mailbag winner if you include your name in that. And then after that, you're gonna go to the music challenge, which is a button probably right up here, up above the video. And so click on the music challenge. You can come back every single day and fill out the code thing and get your points for doing that. So you got your music music challenge thing to do after you do the survey. And then after you've practiced the song up, then go to the one up here that says, right over here probably, student videos, and then take a video of yourself on your phone or your iPad or whatever, and then send us your video, and maybe you could even be the featured video and you get points for doing that. And then if you have any questions, click the contact button that's also up there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know. But click on that, let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you back here next week. All right, thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun. See ya.